There is a new digital currency being tested in Toronto.
Imagine a world where you make liquidity of cash digital, where you get paid in real time.
It leads us into an era of rewriting because it means complete forms of alternative movements of money.
My name is Lawrence Cook, and we'd like to replace cash with digital cash. nanoPay has a transaction platform that moves value from one entity to another in real time without an intermediary. We reduce the risk, the speed, and the cost of a transaction. Most transaction systems, they do a transaction up front, and then later on there's a settlement process, which actually moves the money. And in our environment, you don't need to do that anymore. You open the app and you scan a QR code, or you tap it against an NFC terminal, and the transaction's done. We're taking a cash note and we're just encrypting it and digitizing it and moving that digital asset from one person to another.
Introducing MintChip. Say goodbye to bills and coins and hello to digital cash.
MintChip is the core technology and the consumer brand of our platform. MintChip is a physical chip that stores value on it. So we have this virtualized security deposit box that we hold in the cloud.
So we're gonna pay with this using MintChip.
Okay, total's gonna be $10.50.
I've got my consumer app open. I've got a balance ready to go of $334. Todd's generated the QR code, which I'm now gonna scan by pressing Pay Merchant. It opens up my camera. I hover it over the QR code, and right away, I confirm with my Touch ID that it's in fact me putting through the payment, and that's it.
Credit card is slower, so you only get paid in a few days. You have to pay higher fees. There's risk that the card is stolen, in which case the merchant doesn't get paid. The advantage of a real-time transaction, there's no risk of the transaction not happening or being reversed. This has fundamental changes. Today, a lot of business transactions are done with checks. That's slow, it has to be manually reconciled. And in our platform, you don't need to do that bank reconciliation anymore. If you move to the opposite end of the spectrum and you go to the poorest people in the world, there are over 2 billion people that are unbanked, mainly because no bank can afford to serve them. This platform enables financial institutions to serve the unbanked. So if we can get rid of cash and be a cashless society, it's better for all participants.
As currency becomes more digital in nature and more ephemeral, you are seeing dramatic shift on the planet around transference of wealth, access to wealth generation, where the rise of new forms of currency is going to be a very, very big part of the next decade.
Banks are either going to change and innovate or become largely less relevant, and this incredible technological initiative and disruption, whilst initially seen as a threat, is a great catalyst for moving their organizations toward business models that are much more relevant to the customer of today.